All right, everybody.
Y'all.
Welcome back
Welcome back
to another episode of
Don't Do That.
Don't Do That.
Right here on 16 TV on the episode of Wicked Wednesday.
Wicked
Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So hopefully the weekend is halfway to the weekend. There's the hump day. Hopefully it's going well. Hopefully the hump day is going well, ladies and gentlemen. I hope the hump day is going well. Get a bunch of humping in on Hump Wednesday. Hump day.
Oh man.
All right, you go ahead. I actually went first last time.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh man. All right, so what is he doing? What is Donald Trump doing? Everybody pretty much knows that Project 2025 is a thing. So I am going to be talking all about Project 2025 today. Because for those that don't know, it is a very, 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 very bad thing. And we all need to hurry up and start going to these polls and voting at every opportunity, because they basically noticed that we stopped voting like we were, and everyone's voting Republican. And the reason that everyone's voting Republican is Project 2025. And I'm going to tell you what that is. 25 officials from Trump's administration had something to do with this. 140 of Trump's own staff, including half of his cabinet secretaries, have direct involvement with this program.
Motor breath. House of Dank. Smoke
of the ep. Now, this is the same Project 2025, that he swore he had nothing to do with, he didn't know anything about. But mind you, this is put together by a bunch of conservatives, and he has already stacked the Supreme Court with Supreme Court justices who are loyal to him, not the American people. What does this mean? Once he has absolute power, the project calls for the largest deportation of immigrants in American history. You may see that as being familiar because you've been watching it on the news. He has even said himself, you've seen this on the news, that these are merely practice runs for what he intends to implement later. Chicago, Oregon. Listen up, everybody. He is provoking people to have an excuse to initiate martial law. Don't take the bait. A lot of people are getting emotional. A lot of people are going up to these ICE.
That means black people, sit y'all asses down.
Sit down. That's what we've been doing.
Don't do nothing.
That's what we've been doing. I said that on Truth Paste.
The hell down.
Everybody.
All
black people,
out there.
Brown people, white people, yellow people, everybody. He's trying to elicit a response so that he can have the okay to do martial law, and then game over. We have to sit down and we have to wait, bide our time, and wait until it is time to hit the polls. That's when we strike. We bide our time and we strike, all of us together at the polls. Here's one that I wanted to make sure I didn't forget. If we can show up and show our strength for Jimmy Kimmel, we damn sure can show up for ourselves and our country. If we can show up for Jimmy Kimmel and change America's mind, change ABC's mind, we should be able to show up for ourselves and save the country for ourselves. Democrats, Republicans, they're bad. But It says MAGA Republicans are bad, but Democrats can see what we see. Yes, they can see what we see. That he's implementing Project 2025. They are in power. They are sitting there in the positions to be able to stand up and say, this shit is bad. This is wrong. No, we don't want this. They need to fight harder. They need to grow some balls and they need to fight harder because this stuff is serious, man. Dismantle the Department of Education. Why is that? I'm going to leave it on smart people don't like me because I got to go get some tissue.
All right. Well, on that note, I'll go ahead and we'll talk about Ghislaine Maxwell. Disappointed that the Supreme Court declined to hear Ghislaine Maxwell's case, but this fight isn't over. Serious legal and factual issues remain, and we will continue to pursue every avenue available to ensure that justice is done. Second U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in New York said that the agreement made with prosecutors in Florida did not bind the authorities in New York. Epstein pleaded guilty in 2008 to state prostitution charges and was indicted on federal sex trafficking charges in July of 2019. Who was president in 2019? Okay. Now, in 2019, he also died a month later. This seems to be too much of a coincidence.
Yeah, kind of like Charlie Kirk after Charlie Kirk said something about Epstein files.
Yeah. Maxwell claimed that she never seen Trump do anything with Epstein and never heard any allegations that he acted inappropriate.
Why would she say something like that about the person who could pardon her?
Now, the Justice Department told the Supreme Court that Maxwell was not a party to the relevant agreement. Only Epstein and the Florida USAO were parties, not in New York. Some of the Republican and some of the Trump supporters have called for more transparency in the Epstein case. Early last month, the House Oversight Committee released tens of thousands of pages of records from the Epstein case. It included a note bearing Trump's name that was part of the collection of letters gifted to the late convicted sex offender for his 50th birthday.
Another wonderful secret.
Of course, Trump repeatedly denied writing that letter.
Of course he did.
Trump on Monday declined to rule out the pardoning of Maxwell, telling CNN he'd speak to the Department of Justice about possible clemency. Trump also stated, I haven't heard the name in so long.
Yeah, right.
I can say this, that I'd have to take a look at it.
He a damn lie. He hear the name all the time because we all talk about the Epstein files every day. He's on social media like a 14-year-old kid, and he ain't heard Ghislaine Maxwell's name in so long. Yeah, right.
He also stated, I wouldn't consider it or not consider. I don't know anything about it. I will speak to the DOJ. A lot of people have asked me for pardons, including Diddy apparently. Now, after pressed on it, again, on the severity of Maxwell's crimes, which include a conviction of child sex trafficking, Trump shrugged it off and stated, I'm going to have to take a look at it. I have to ask the DOJ. I didn't know they rejected it. I didn't know she was even asking for it, frankly. So I don't understand.
Like, bro, you sitting up here risking us being fucking shut off and having to do the episode again because your phone is about to fucking die because you sit up here watching bullshit and not even charging your phone for what we gotta do. Unreal.
Just trying to get out. So, for anybody to not think that he's on some sort of crooked end of this, you are sadly mistaken. I guarantee you he is on those files. Oh, my phone's gonna die.
Yeah.
What was it at?
Like about to die in the middle of the damn episode if I didn't go do that. That's why I'm pissed off. Unreal.
Unreal.
We would have had to do the whole episode over again.
Continue.
Whew. All right. So Project 2025. Yes, tripping. I was about to say Project 1984. I swear, it's just, we do not want to do this episode over again. I know I don't. All right, now, page 342 in this 900-page document, okay? 900 pages. Eliminate, listen to this, right? I'm going to show you what's in there, and then I'm going to tell you how it's being implemented. Page 342.
You're going to tell them.
Eliminate critical race theory in grades K through 12. That basically means no more racism, no more talk about racism, no more slavery talk, no more any American history that has to do with black people. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. It's too painful, too embarrassing, too exhausting for us to keep dealing with the truth of what our ancestors did to their ancestors. So we're no longer going to talk about it in kindergarten or through 12th grade. No more. Don't talk about that.
People act like that stuff is supposed to be something easy to talk about.
Erase the problem instead of deal with the problem. That's what we're going to do.
Deal with the problem.
Erase the problem so we don't have to deal with it. We don't want to talk about it anymore. It paints us in a bad light, so we're not going to even talk about it.
That what happened in chattel slavery is not supposed to be something comfortable.
Okay. Page 337. I did them in order. End loan forgiveness. Who do you think that's going to affect the most?
Black women.
Minorities. This is a war on minorities. This is a war. End loan forgiveness, page 337. Page 455, this is one of her favorites right here. End abortion access. That means that your body, my choice is what they're saying. Takes away a woman's right to choose. Okay? Have we already been doing all of this? Wait a minute, let's go back now. End loan forgiveness, what was it? Eliminate critical race theory yeah. He's taking stuff out of the Smithsonian that has to deal with that, right?
Yes, so because they had breeding funds.
Right? Okay. All right. And abortion access. So basically what they'll do is any state that has abortion that, they're trying to cut that off. None of that. So any state that actually has that and offers that federal funding, kiss that goodbye. Kiss that goodbye. Page 465, end Obamacare. Inflation Reduction Act. Poor people are just asked out on Medicare. Big, beautiful bill.
Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't exactly very happy about that.
I'm sure, like I said.
No, because her children's insurance is about to go up.
Yeah. When it comes to your door, it's a problem. Yep. That's how we got here. Everyone is so like, oh, it doesn't matter to me. It's fine. It's just them.
How are those grocery prices?
How them eggs looking?
Oh, the eggs are cheaper right now.
Are they?
But them grocery prices though are not.
Page 554. Enforce the death penalty. I just paused for that one.
And who do you think that's going to affect the most?
A large number of black men are on death row. But mind you, it's not because we're 13% of the population and cause 50% of the crimes.
How many times are you
it's because, I was getting to that. It's because 50%, over 50% of all exonerations of crimes are by black men. But they're the ones that are going to be the recipient of enforce the death penalty. All right. So that was page 554. Page 583 says, end, you're going to love this one, end equal employment opportunity. You know what that means? No protection against racial discrimination when you're trying to get a job. You're fucked. You're fucked. Go vote immediately. Make it a thing. Hook up with your boy. Hook up with your girl. Smoke one before you go. Do whatever you got to do, but have your ass at the polls. It's serious. It's serious. They're trying to take us back to Jim Crow, man. This is crazy. Page 696. Reduce corporate taxes. What does that mean? Better for big business. Worse for the working class. Welcome to America. All right. And I already said this one. I had this one on here. I said, if we can show up for Jimmy Kimmel, but it's worth saying again. If we can show up for Jimmy Kimmel and show our strength for Jimmy Kimmel and get him back on the air, hit them where it hurt, in the pocket, right? A lot of people have been talking about general shutdown, general strike. I don't think we can all be comfortable just saying fuck work. I don't think we can all be. I know I can't. I've got shit planned. I got all types of stuff going on. I just can't say fuck work. I can't. I wish I could, because I would be down with y'all. General shutdown. That's the only way that we're going to get their attention. We got to do something that kicks them in the nuts. That's why I say no violence. That's going to inconvenience you and your family. Don't do that. Hit them where it hurts. Take your ass to the polls. Everybody. I'm going. This is not going to stand. We are stronger as the people than they are they supposed to be working for us. And I think they've forgotten that. Put down the cat videos. Put down all the BS between Kendrick and Drake, all of that. Put that down for a second.
Leave Nicki and motherfucking Cardi alone.
Leave them alone. They already got their money. Go to the polls and vote and throw a monkey wrench in the orange taco dumbasses plan. The evil empire cannot win. This is like Star Wars. And Palpatine cannot win, dude. He cannot win. Straight up. The orange Palpatine cannot win.
Cannot win. All right, so the last one, and this is how deep it is. All right, so a fire has destroyed a South Carolina judge's home, and 3 people have been injured. Circuit Court Judge Diane Goodstein was walking her dogs on the beach in Edisto Island, South Carolina, when the fire began. Her husband, former state Senator Arnold Goodstein, their son, Arnold Goodstein III, and one other occupant were forced to jump from the burning building from an elevated first floor to escape the blaze.
That's crazy.
The 3 occupants were rescued by kayak from the home's backyard due to the area's marshy terrain. Now, one occupant was airlifted to Medical University of South Carolina Hospital in Charleston, and the other 2 were taken there via ground transportation. Last month, Goodstein blocked the South Carolina Election Commission from providing the Department of Justice with millions of voter files and included personal names, addresses, driver's license numbers, and social security numbers. Information that is none of your motherfucking business. President Trump issued an executive order in March prohibiting non-citizens from registering to vote, leading the DOJ to request the information for more than 3.3 million registered voters in South Carolina. And the Supreme Court had to keep Trump's dick in their mouth and reverse what she had already had said. The fact that you guys are really sucking his dick hard. For real. And I'm going to just say it like this. When the roosters come home to fucking roost, I will be sitting here with my fucking popcorn in the drive-thru movie theater, watching it go down. Because I am genuinely fucking tired of y'all.
I agree.
Like, y'all
I approve
are
this message.
Like, somebody set this woman's house on fire.
Yeah.
People could have died.
Yeah, there were people online before this that were saying, we really need to get her, and we really need to get these judges, and
like it's really insane.
It's like the
and
fanatics
you have
that
the
are
audacity. Now, mind you, again, I'm going to sit here and say this
the fanatics
several
that follow
times
Trump,
over and over and over again. I don't care
the radical
what side
right.
it is. I don't care what side it is. They're both disgraceful at this moment, because all this could have been prevented. Again, if some of the, not all of them,
need to
some of the
come to a
Democrats
compromise and
wouldn't have ran with their tails between their fucking legs and didn't impeach this man. What was it, 128 of y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all should be, all y'all, especially you in California.
But we are not going to get all extra emotional and drop a whole bunch of F-bombs, because we do not want to get the YouTube police coming. We've dropped at least 6 of them. So,
until next time, we'll see you on Epic Fridays.
Don't want to get a maggots any ammunition.
We'll see them on Epic Fridays. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and get notified for each and every time we drop new content. We'll see you on Friday. Peace.